Next is that service-oriented architecture. I think yesterday Kaushik has asked about service-oriented architecture. I told you to go through the previous notes where I have discussed about service-oriented architecture. So have you gone through it? Can you tell me what is service-oriented architecture?
Yes sir, I have gone through it. So सर बेसिकली क्या होता है सर, एक सर्विस को जैसे हम जैसे सर आपने एग्जांपल में वहाँ पे अच्छे से लिखा था, लाइक एक पेमेंट गेटवे का जो आपने बोला था सर, जैसे थर्ड पार्टी सर्विस है ये सर, जो एक मेन वेंडर सर उस थर्ड पार्टी सर्विस को यूज करेगा सर.
Okay, fine. Anybody? Anything more?
सर हेलो सर.
हाँ बोलो.
सर मैं तो एब्सेंट था, फिर भी मैं बता रहा हूँ. RFID का सर जो एडवांटेज है वो तो बहुत लो कॉस्ट में हो जाता है सर.
हाँ वो तो I am not asking about RFID right now. I am asking about service oriented architecture.
वो तो नहीं है.
क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि लास्ट सेमेस्टर में तुम लोग पढ़ चुके हो सर्विस ओरिएंटेड आर्किटेक्चर. You have gone through service oriented architecture, na?
Yes, yeah.
Anyway, I am discussing the whole thing again. Please listen carefully. Suppose if you consider an e-commerce site. Here our e-commerce site is there. E-commerce site means you either have Flipkart or you have Amazon or you have Snapdeal. Now, whenever you are purchasing something through those third party, through those e-commerce site, that case you pay for your product, right? Now that case you have to go through the payment gateway. Either you pay your money through Paytm, because they will lead you to the payment gateway, na? So you will pay it either Paytm or you will pay it through PayPal or PhonePe or Google Pay. What else? Like you can even if you want to pay it through Visa or Mastercard directly, that can also you can do. Or Razor Pay is also there. Bill Desk is there. So many payment gateways are there, right? Now to complete your payment, whether Flipkart, Amazon, Snapdeal, they are creating their own payment gateway. That case, they have to take care of the security and everything. Otherwise, your payment gateway will not be accepted by the bank. You might have seen that sometimes that through Paytm, SBI payment are not accepted. Why? Because SBI might have found out some of the security breach in Paytm, so SBI has stopped this one. So to become a payment gateway, that case you have to be very security proof, and you have to take care of all kinds of security concerned also. So it is not easy to become a payment gateway. Now to sell your product, you have to create the payment gateway. But is it possible to you have to create a payment gateway for SBI separately if you are a e-commerce site? That case, is it possible to create a payment gateway for SBI or create a separate payment gateway for PNB or create a separate payment gateway for Indian Bank or for Axis Bank or for HDFC Bank, because there are so many banks are there. How many banks I will create the payment gateway? So better I should use the payment gateway services, which are the very small API based services, which is common for all. Means Paytm, PayPal, your PhonePe, GPay, are they only giving the services to Flipkart only? No, they are giving the services to Amazon also. They are giving the services to Snapdeal also. Similarly, this Paytm is connected with the SBI, they are connected with PNB, they are connected with Indian Bank, they are connected with Axis Bank, they are connected with HDFC. Similarly, PayPal also same manner, they are connected with everybody. Means what? Means that this is a common service. This is a common service which is open for all, which is secure also, and which is very small API. Small API, not heavily loaded API. Otherwise, ये खोलने में बहुत time लग जाएगा. And this type of services they are providing it to the bank side as well as to the e-commerce side. So they are providing service to bank as well as e-commerce. Both parties they are providing this service. Actually, they are making a bridge between bank and the e-commerce. So this kind of services is actually called service-oriented architecture. If you ask in one word, the service-oriented architecture, if you ask in one word, the service-oriented architecture, SOA, is a common services which are SOA is basically a lightweight services which is commonly available with no cost or minimal cost. Means to get these services, you have to pay a minimal amount of money. Suppose for 1000 transaction, they might charge you for 50 paisa. For 10,000 transaction, they might charge you 2 rupees or 3 rupees. Now it's a win-win situation for all. It's a win-win situation. Why it is a win-win situation? It is a win-win situation for the e-commerce side and the bank also. Because e-commerce site and bank does not have to create separate payment gateway services for the users, and they don't have to take care of the security and everything. And it is a win-win situation for the payment gateway or the service-oriented architecture also, because this is a common service. So this is common for all kind of e-commerce site, and this is also a common services for all kind of banks also. So it's basically a win-win situation for all the parties. So SOA is one of the application, one of the example. Other example may be your weather report. You might find out that there are 7 weather report APIs are available. Now, if you want to include that weather report in your website, you can just drag this weather report, and you have to pay a little amount of money. Otherwise, this weather report will show advertisement beneath that weather report. Is this clear? Is it clear? Or
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, already I have discussed all those things. Can you tell me what are the 2 protocols are used in service-oriented architecture? What are 2 popular protocols are being used in service-oriented architecture?
SOAP and REST.
SOAP and REST. Yes, very good. SOAP and REST. Now, what is the difference between SOAP and REST? Yeah.
Sorry to come in between, but some of the students are not able to connect to the meeting.
So some of the students are not able to connect.
Yes, they are not able to connect and they're not able to enter, so they're texting us to let you know.
They might not able to enter because I am not allowing them to enter, because what I have taken the decision that after 10 minutes those who will try to enter will not allow them. Okay, so for the last time I am allowing them, but tell them they should be entering the classroom within 10 minutes. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now tell me what is the difference between service-oriented SOAP and REST? Can anybody?
REST is more secure than SOAP because it uses cached data. and there were firewalls in every it passes through
Yes.
firewalls.
In case of REST, they put on firewall. That is why REST is much more secure than SOAP. That is true. Okay. And another thing is that SOAP uses XML, which is a universal language, whereas REST uses JSON format. Can you remember that?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
SOAP
Yes, sir.
needs more bandwidth
Yes. No. So yes, SOAP require more bandwidth. SOAP require
and
more
REST
bandwidth.
doesn't require. Yes,
हाँ,
sir.
तो अभी तो याद आ रहा है. So why you are not able to tell what is SOA?
Simple object.
हाँ? कितने बार मैं पूछ रहा हूँ? Okay. Now, what is near field communication? NFC.
सर हेलो
हाँ बोलो.
सर एनएफसी तो एज अ पेमेंट के लिए भी यूज होता है मतलब
हाँ पेमेंट के लिए भी यूज होता है NFC. Yes, you are right.
और अभी आजकल तो मतलब बहुत जगह पे आ गया ना एनएफसी सर मतलब किसी के सामने जाने से अगर फोन में एनएफसी
हाँ.
एनेबल्ड होता है तो दिखा देता है.
Yes, in your credit card also, right now, most of the debit card and credit cards are NFC enabled. So if you bring your credit card or debit card in front of the POS, तो payment gateway POS device है ना, जहाँ पे तुम लोग कार्ड स्वैप करते हो. So if you bring your POS in front of the NFC, the immediately your money will be deducted. So if your amount is less than 2,000, that case it will be automatically deducted. So that is why right now we have keeping a credit card or debit card in your hip pocket is very dangerous. If you put your POS from your behind, then immediately your amount will be deducted and you will not be knowing. तुमको पता भी नहीं चलेगा your amount has been deducted. Okay, so NFC is one kind. It is very easy to use. In another way, it is very dangerous also. Okay, so these are the technologies: RFID, ITU, IoT, smartphone, barcodes, wireless sensor network, cloud computing, semantic web, Web 2.0, service-oriented architecture, location-based services, near field communication. All those technologies are combined together to give you the flavor of IoT. IoT has been created based on all those technologies. Apart from this, you might not, it is not visible. You can see that here it is written internet, that is IPv6 is another technology. Then 3G and 4G technology. Then Wi-Fi, Zigbee, and WiMAX. So these are also technologies involved for IoT. Now, why IPv6 they are mentioning? Can you tell me what is IPv6? Because you have already gone through the networking partner, so you might be knowing what is IPv6.
Internet Protocol version 6.
Okay, so what is the difference between the IPv4 and IPv6?
Speed.
So
What is the difference between IPv4 and IPv6?
the address
Speed.
address range.
Speed.
I am not getting it. Please repeat again.
Sir,
So file
address
transfer
range.
speed.
Huh? Jyoti, I am not able to hear you. Can you repeat it again?
Sir, address range, the IP version 4
Address range.
address.
Okay, address range. Okay, fine. So it's basically an IP address, right? It's basically an IP address through which I can assign each of the devices with an address. That is basically IP. Yes or no? Like in a device, we put the address. We put the address like this. Sorry. Suppose in a device, this is IPv4, this is IPv6, and we have put an address like this 172.168.1.2. So in each of the machines we used to put this kind of addresses, right? So this is an IP address. Sorry. So whatever I was telling 172.168.1.2. So this is an IP address. Now can you tell me what is the range of this IP version 4?
Sir, 32 bits.
32 bits. Okay. Now using 32
Can I be
bits, yeah, 32 bit binary bit basically. Now using 32 bit means either the IP range will be from 32 0. ऐसे करते करते total 32 0 will be there, 32 bit 0 to 32 bit 1. So this much of maximum unique address I can put in a device, because if I send a packet from a device, that case that packet should have one unique IP address, otherwise it cannot traverse through the internet. In the ITIL class also I have mentioned all those things, right? Can you remember?
Yes, sir.
Even in the networking class also. Now, using this 32 bit of 0 to bit 1, how many devices we can assign this address? Maximum 2 to the power of 32? Yes or no? Because
Yes,
it's
sir.
a binary bit. Huh? Now,
yes,
using this 2 to the power of 32, it's basically several crore of IP address. Means several millions of IP
nearly
address. Now,
4.2 billion.
yeah. So, is it possible with this 2 to the power 32 unique IP addresses to put all the machines a unique IP address? Because whenever this IP version 4 was introduced, they had in their mind that the total number of computer in the whole world must be sufficient enough, that must be capable to assign each of the device with unique IP addresses, and all my 32-bit IP address will be sufficient enough. Now in IoT, apart from computer, we are also providing IP address to all devices also. Means we are putting IP address to our fridge, we are putting IP address to our television, we are putting IP address to our mobile, and each of the persons are carrying 15 to 20 IP addresses with the different devices that are connected with them. For my laptop one IP address is required, for my iPad one address is required, और सबके पास दो करके फोन रहता है, दो IP address रहेगा, सबको एक वेरिएबल ये वॉच लगा के बैठा है, उसके लिए की भी एक IP address रहेगा. So for each of the devices, I have to put one unique IP address. Now, is it possible to give all the devices with unique IP addresses with IP version 4, which has only 2 to the power of 32 numbers of unique IP address? Answer is no. So what we have to do? We have to take the help of IP version 6. It's a new type of IP addressing scheme where instead of 32-bit, they are providing 120 bit of IP addresses. 120 bits, the IP address range is 128 bit. Now what is 128 bit? Now using 128 bit, now using 128-bit IP address range is so vast. Using this number of IP addresses, I can give each of the water particle and also dust particle that are available in this world. Each of the water particle and dust particle, we can assign an individual IP address using IPv6. Using IPv6, because IPv6 range is 2 to the power of 128. It is much higher than 2 to the power of 32. Now can you understand the logic behind why IPv6 are being used in case of IoT instead of IP version 4? This is very crucial question that are being asked that will be asked to you during the examination. Why instead of IPv4 we use IPv6 in IoT? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry for the interruption. I got a call actually. Okay. Anyway, is this clear now? IPv6. Now the next technologies. What are the other technologies? 3G, 4G. You know it. Now, can you tell me what is the basic difference between 3G architect, 3G network and 4G network? You have mobile computing this time, na? This semester you have mobile computing or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think these things are being discussed. What is the difference between 2G, 3G, and 4G? What are the basic differences?
Not yet, sir.
Not yet. Okay. Now, do you have any idea, by the way? Because every day you are discussing about मेरे पास 3G connection है.
Sir, 3G.
Speed.
So
Speed.
3G and
Okay.
4G the connection में
It is faster in 4G.
ये
It is faster in 4G than 3G.
sir,
Yeah. Which one? 4G is faster than 3G. What you are saying? Can you repeat? Path, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. It is. The 4G is much faster than that of 3G.
Okay. Can you
And
tell me faster means what? How much faster?
sir, this speed is between like 20 Mbps to 50 Mbps in
4G
4G.
is up to 100 Mbps. Okay. We
Yes,
are
sir.
not getting, that is a different issue. 3G basically you are created for 2 Mbps actually. Okay. Later on 3G plus came. 3G plus came which were supposed to give 14 Mbps. 3G plus basically edge network. Edge and other network, sorry, not edge, sorry. 3G plus is basically
sir 2G was
WCDMA.
एज तो 2G था.
sir H2G था sir.
no, not edge. 3G plus network. अरे मैं भूल कैसे गया? Anyway, it is 14 Mbps. Okay, मैं नेटवर्क कौन सा है मैं देख के बताता हूँ आप लोगों को. रुकिए एक मिनट. 3G plus network. UMTS and HSDPA. HSDPA and HSPA. Sorry. Yes. So 3G plus basically HSPA. आप लोग देख पाएंगे आपका मोबाइल पे कभी कभी HSPA और HSPA plus comes, right? Sorry again. Okay, so HSPA, and for 2G, can you tell me what is the maximum speed?
256 kbps.
256 kbps, that is for your GPRS, that is 2G plus. Actually, it is 2.5G. For 2G, the kbps it is 79 kbps. And if you go for 2.5G, that is basically GPRS and H network. For GPRS, the speed is 179 kbps, and for H, the speed is 384 kbps. Okay, and here it is not 3G plus, basically it is 3.5G. 3.55G. So basically the initially it was 2G, which used to provide you 79 kbps, then 2.5G, which used to provide you 179 kbps for GPRS. If it is H, then you will get 384 kbps. Then it comes 3G, which is basically UMTS. The network name is UMTS. Universal Mobile Transfer System. So that used to give you 3 Mbps. Then comes 3.5G, that is HSPA, High Speed Packet Access, and High Speed Packet Access Plus. So that used to give you 14 Mbps. जैसे तुम्हारा फर्स्ट निकला था ना, ये तुम्हारा वोडाफोन बोल रहा हूँ, डोकोमो. Tata Docomo has first launched 3.5G with the Tata Docomo dongle. एक dongle मिलता था through which you can get that time the fastest speed, that is HSPA or HSPA plus. And later on it comes 4G, which is basically LTE or LTE plus, so which is giving you the speed of up to 100 Mbps. Right now they are moving towards 5G network. 5G network name is not still declared by IEEE, but the speed is 1 Gbps. Okay, so these are the evaluation of your network technology. That is why sometimes you might have seen that when your network is poor, it will show you E, or it may show you G. Have you seen that? Or it may show you H, or it may show you H plus, or it may show you LTE. Have you seen that? So E means they are providing you H. H means 2.5G, or G means GPRS. That is also 2.5G. And H, that is HSPA, and H plus means HSPA plus or LTE. LTE means you are right now getting 4G. So it depends upon you, because if the number of customers are huge, they are giving a same bandwidth to everybody. Suppose here they are providing 100 Mbps bandwidth. That 100 Mbps bandwidth of LTE, that is provided as a shared basis to this Koraikawa region. Now in this Koraikawa region, number of customer increases. That case they will check that whether you are a prepaid customer or a postpaid customer. If you are a postpaid customer, they will give you much more value than the prepaid customer. So if there is a scarcity of bandwidth, then immediately they try to satisfy the postpaid customer first. If the postpaid customers are exhausted, got all the bandwidth, then it will come to the prepaid customer. Now, if the prepaid customer, there is no bandwidth is available after giving to the postpaid customer, then prepaid customer will be immediately downgraded to the next higher version, that is E or H plus. But if it is not still available, then they will downgrade you to G. Okay, in this way, your network always gets changes. So always your each of the customers profiles are also they have created several classes. Like this customer is a platinum customer, this customer is a gold customer, this customer is the silver type of customers based on their usage. If it is a corporate customer, corporate postpaid customers, you will be given much more value than the other customer range. So there they have one intelligent switch, which will basically switches you from one network to another network all time. And if it is the night time when the most of the customers are idle, they don't have any, they are just now keep in idle. That case, there is no problem. So they whatever best network is available, they will provide it to you. So these things will be discussed to you in your mobile computing class. Is there any other doubt regarding this? 2G, 3G, 4G. Even for the radio range also there are differences are there. Like for 2G and 2.5G, then it is 3G, 3.5G, then it is 4G, right? Now for 2G, the radio range is 2 kilometer, 2 kilometer to 3 kilometer. For even for 5 kilometer, not 2 kilometer, actually 3 kilometer to 5 kilometer radio range means if you put one base station, you see the tower is there, na? One tower is there in every region. Mobile tower, आप लोगों ने देखा है क्या मोबाइल टावर को?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So if
no,
you
sir.
see 2G tower, that case you will get a 5 kilometer radio range. Means one tower is sufficient enough to cover up 5 kilometer of radio range. But if it is a 3G, that case your radio range will be only 2 kilometer. And in case of 4G, the radio range is only 150 meter to 150 meter to 400 meter. Very small. Actually, they don't put any tower. They provide only access point. AP. You can see that in our university also बहुत सारा Jio का access point लगा हुआ है ना. Even in your hostel also you might get that JioNet access point. Have you seen that one? Have you seen that Jio access point that are put in the lobby of your hostel? Students?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
those
sir.
access points are basically not to give you the Wi-Fi connectivity. This is only to give you those who have the Jio connectivity to give them the 4G speed. Though Jio has another kind of tower also available. Jio has another kind of tower also available that is giving you 2 kilometer radio range. That is give you 2 kilometer radio range. It depends upon what kind of bandwidth they are using. So that is different classes. It will take another 1 hour to discuss all those things. So basically, you may find out in case of those who are Jio user, you may find out that there are two kind of connection you may get in your mobile. One is JioNet, another is I think 4G, right? One is JioNet, another is 4G, I suppose. मैं एक बार देख लेता हूँ मेरा मोबाइल पे. One is JioNet, another is Jio 4G. Have you seen? You have to connect either in JioNet or Jio 4G in your mobile. Have you ever configured your Jio connectivity? Students,
Sir,
JioNet या
sir.
Jio 4G? हाँ? आप लोगों ने कभी किया?
Yes, sir.
Mobile पे? हाँ? So JioNet, whenever you connect with JioNet, they will basically give you the access point connection. And whenever you go for the Jio 4G, they will give you the 2 kilometer radio range connection. Now, if you are in a metropolitan city or if you are in a very congested place, so there where the access points are available, immediately you will be connected with the JioNet by default, and the JioNet speed is almost around 100 Mbps. But if you are suppose in a remote location, that time where you will find out in the middle of the field that access point is connected and give you the connectivity. So that time you have to connect through Jio 4G only. So Jio 4G, that case it will connect you through the nearest base station of Jio. And that speed is not, you are not going to get 100 Mbps, it is around 10 Mbps or 15 Mbps. So this is the concept how Jio basically works. Not Jio, all the 4G connector, those who are providing you the 4G connectivity, they works like this.
सर नेटवर्क का तो फ्रीक्वेंसी रेंज भी होता है ना सर, जैसे
Yes,
3G का
frequency range होता है.
1.5
Yes. Like for 2G, the network frequency range is 800 megahertz to 1800 megahertz. Sorry. For 2G, it is 800 megahertz to although sorry, no, not 800, 900 megahertz to 1800 megahertz. For 3G, it is 2 gigahertz, means 2000 megahertz. And for 4G, it is around 3.5 gigahertz. That is for GeoNet. I was talking about if you connect it through access point. If you connect
Sir.
it through access point. But if you connect it through Geo 4G, that is the base station, its radio range is 800 megahertz only.
सर
बोलो.
सर 3G का तो सर 1.5 गीगाहर्ट्ज से 2.8 गीगाहर्ट्ज होता है ना सर?
1.5 gigahertz कोई रेडियो रेंज नहीं है. Either it may be 2 gigahertz or it may be 2.3 gigahertz. 2 gigahertz to 3 gigahertz, but it depends upon the country to country. In India, we are using 2 gigahertz radio range.
सर मतलब वो मैं उसमें गिग फॉर गिग्स में देख रहा था सर, वहाँ पे था.
वो देखो कौन सा कंट्री के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं बोलो. For India, they are using, actually it depends upon the country to country. So in our country, the radio frequency distribution is done by TRI. Actually, all the radio frequency is the most costliest thing in the world. Do you know that? 20 megahertz radio frequency, अगर तुम लीज लेने जाओगे, it cost around 80,000 crores. Now, entire radio range is available with the military. So our army has got the entire radio range. They provide all the entire radio range to our TRI, Telecom Regulatory Authority. Now they decide that which radio frequency range should be distributed to whom. For 2G technology, they have given 900 to 1800 megahertz. For 3G technology, they are giving 2 gigahertz to 3 gigahertz. For 4G, they are providing it 3.5 gigahertz. Now, whatever you are asking, that 1.5 gigahertz, that is used for any other countries. That country's regulatory authority, they are providing this kind of radio range to them. Now, the question is, for sending any data in the wireless mode, I need radio frequency, otherwise I cannot send my data. Even if you send your data through your IoT devices also, that case also you need one radio frequency range. Now, I am telling you the radio frequencies are so costly. It is impossible to purchase for the student like us. Now, what is the solution then? Solution is that there are few radio frequency bandwidths are available free of cost, which are unlicensed band. Actually, there are two kinds of bands are there. One is called license band, license frequency band. Like the frequency band I am telling you for 2G frequency or 3G or 2.5G or 4G. So those bands are unlicensed licensed band, and some of the bands are there. These are called unlicensed band. And these bands are sometimes called ISM band, industry, scientific and manufacturing, for industrial purpose or scientific purpose or manufacturing purpose. They provide some of the band for the students, for the teachers, for the researcher, so that they can use it for their work. So these unlicensed band are ranges in different frequency range. Few of the unlicensed band are available in 3 to 3.5 gigahertz range. Few of the unlicensed bands are available in 1.5 to 2 gigahertz range. So anybody can use that frequency bandwidth. Is this clear? Or shall I repeat? Licensed band or unlicensed band? So these frequency bands are used for IoT purpose, IoT application. Is it clear to you or shall I explain it again?
सर आपने जो 2G का फ्रीक्वेंसी और 4G का जो Geo 4G का फ्रीक्वेंसी दिया, तो 2G तो सर आपने दिया 900 मेगाहर्ट्ज से 1800 मेगाहर्ट्ज.
हाँ, इसमें जो 900 मेगाहर्ट्ज है, दो फ्रीक्वेंसी बैंडविड्थ रहता है. Actually, when I am talking, my talking will go to the base station. So that is called uplink. And when from the base station to me, one is coming. So that is called downlink. So for uplink, there is one range. For uplink, there is one range of frequency bandwidths are being used, and for downlink, there is another frequency bandwidths are being used. Okay, now for every technologies there should be one frequency bandwidth from uplink and one frequency bandwidth for downlink. Uplink frequency band used for talking, and downlink frequency bandwidths are being used for listening. Okay, now 900 megahertz range frequency bandwidth means what? 900 से 950 तक हम लोग दे देंगे, ठीक है? That will be used for downlink purpose, and 1800 to 1850 that will be used for uplink purpose. You got it? Now suppose Jio needs the 2G frequency bandwidth, they will be given from 900 to 950. Vodafone will be given from 950 to 1000. Okay, and the next company will be given from 1000 to 1050. So that is for downlink, and for the uplink, similarly they will give it to you from 1800 to 1850, then 1850 to 1900, like this. You got it? Imrud, it is clear?
Yes, sir.
Now what is your question basically?
No, sir. सर आप वही नहीं 2G में जो आपने दिया था उसका रेंज है 900 मेगाहर्ट्ज टू 1800 मेगाहर्ट्ज
तो पूरा रेंज नहीं देता है।
हाँ no सर नहीं मेरा
900 से लेके कुछ रेंज तक बैंडविड्थ तुमको देगा डाउनलिंक के लिए, 1800 से लेके कुछ रेंज ऑफ बैंडविड्थ तुमको देगा अपलिंक के लिए, बाकी जो खाली रहेगा उसमें कुछ आईएसएन बैंड के लिए यूज होगा।
नहीं सर मैं मतलब सर कंपेयर कर रहा था सर आपका वो सर जियो 4G में आपने 800 मेगाहर्ट्ज दिया फिर 2G तो मतलब
दैट इज अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन, दैट इज अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि जियो का जो फ्रीक्वेंसी रेंज है वो 3.5 गीगाहर्ट्ज में यूज हो रहा है।
हाँ सर
ये है कि नहीं? Everybody is purchasing the 3.5 gigahertz radio range and they are putting the access point. तो मुकेश अंबानी ने क्या किया, वो 800 megahertz का bandwidth ले लिया, and 800 megahertz bandwidth generally not used for 4G. So that is why Mukesh Ambani or Reliance has got this bandwidth very cheap rate, because it is not being used by anybody. Now he is utilizing some of the technologies that is hidden, that is not known to anybody, through which using 800 megahertz, which is very cheaper, through which he is giving the customer with the 4G connectivity also. That is why Geo connectivity is so cheap and so robust. And that is the game-changing application or game-changing technologies now Jio is applying, and which has outplayed the other players in the market. That is using that 800 megahertz. Because 5 years back, when Mukesh Ambani had purchased that 800 megahertz bandwidth, everybody was astonished that ये 800 megahertz bandwidth आपको किस लिए चाहिए? Right now, the other peoples are also using that 800 megahertz of bandwidth. Most of the students generally don't ask this question, so I'm very happy that you have asked. Now, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Any more question? Any other question? Or a question I should expect, if you understand this concept, entire concept, you should ask another question I should expect from you. Let us use your gray matter and tell me what type of question can come. I am talking about 1.900 megahertz, 1800 megahertz, then 2 gigahertz, then 3 gigahertz, 3.5 gigahertz. So 900 से लेके पूरा gigahertz का जितना range है, सबको मैंने use कर लिया मोबाइल के लिए. So why we are not using below the frequency range below 800 megahertz? That should be the question comes from the students. Can you tell me why below 800 900 megahertz are not being used in the mobile? Any idea? Any guess? इतना सारा स्टूडेंट्स को मैं देख पा रहा हूँ, they are listening. I don't know whether they are listening or not. सब कोई म्यूट करके बैठा है, सो भी रहा होगा. Next year they are going to be engineer, but they are not asking this simple question. Okay, तुम लोगों ने पूछा नहीं, पर मैंने पूछ दिया. अभी आंसर बता पाओगे तुम लोग? Why below 800 megahertz we are not using?
सर शायद से बाकी डिवाइस को देना पड़ेगा, जैसे अदर टेक्नोलॉजी जैसे है ब्लूटूथ एंड जिगबी टेक्नोलॉजी. I'm just guessing, sir.
Very good, very good. But for I am telling you, for Bluetooth and Zigbee, they are using more than 3 gigahertz radio range. Bluetooth के लिए तो वो रेडियो रेंज यूज नहीं करता है, क्योंकि वो शॉर्ट रेंज कम्युनिकेशन होता है 4 मीटर का. पर Zigbee के लिए yes they are using, but they are using ISM band only. क्योंकि Zigbee के लिए तुम तो इतना कॉस्टली रेडियो रेंज खरीद नहीं पाओगे ना. तुम्हारा जो वाईफाई है उसके लिए भी हम लोग ISM बैंड ही यूज करते हैं, मींस जो अनलाइसेंस बैंड है.
हाँ सर.
हाँ, for the other technology it is true, but which technology? Now you got your answer?
हाँ सर, रेडियो एंड टीवी के लिए. हाँ सर.
For TV they use megahertz range. तुम लोग देखोगे टीवी ट्यूनिंग कभी किया?
हाँ सर.
आप लोगों ने कभी टीवी ट्यूनिंग किया? टीवी ट्यूनिंग में VHS रेंज रहता है ना, एक कितना रेंज है? 20 हर्ट्ज, 50 हर्ट्ज, एक एक चैनल का 51 हर्ट्ज. और रेडियो के लिए 98.3 मेगाहर्ट्ज, 103.5 मेगाहर्ट्ज. आप लोगों ने नहीं सुना 98.3 रेडियो FM? सुना है कि नहीं? रेडियो मिर्ची.
यस सर.
हाँ, नहीं सुना? तो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ 98.3 radio FM? They are using 98.3 megahertz only. So up to 800 megahertz they reserved it for radio and TV. Even for the wireless communication by the military. Military wireless communication के लिए जो radio range है, that is not shared with anybody. So entire frequency distribution is well defined. किसको कितना देना है? It's a very, mobile computing is a very, very interesting paper. My dear friends, please go through this paper. कितना अच्छा अच्छा चीज तुमको मालूम चलेगा, you can never imagine. Okay, anyway, so these are all about the 3G, 4G, 2G technologies briefing, as well as your what should I tell? Just a minute. And also the IPv6. Okay. So if you have any question, you can ask me. So this is the end of your today's class. If you have any question, you can ask me.